You've probably heard the terms equity and equality, but do you know the difference between the two concepts? There are many metaphors and stories to illustrate the concepts. However, they are often seen as the same thing. So you might be thinking, well, they even sound similar. So aren't they closely related? Yes and no. The yes part is short. They are related in the sense that they are both connected to discussions around diversity, representation, and inclusion. The similarities more or less end there. When we say equality, we're talking about two things that are the same or have similar value. So when it comes to how we treat people, equality is when we treat two people or two groups of people as close to the exact same as possible. So for example, we provide everyone with the same training and support or the same tools or pathways to leadership, or perhaps we give everyone the same exact budget to invest in their professional development. Equality, again, is giving everyone the same exact resources across the board, regardless of individuals or groups of people's actual needs or opportunities or resources already provided to them. And this is where it's important to understand the distinction with equity. If we're focused on equity, then we are hoping to give everyone exactly what they need in order to be successful. In other words, it's not going to be the same exact thing. Equity then recognizes each person has different circumstances and needs, and therefore different groups of people need different resources and opportunities allocated to them in order to thrive. So now, why is this important? If we give everyone the same exact thing, expecting that it will make people equal, it assumes that everyone started out in the same place. So here's a popular metaphor. Take, for instance, that we have a fence surrounding a football field. Everyone wants to be able to see the game, so we give everyone the same exact box to stand on so they can see over the fence. Now, when we treat them with equality, giving everyone the same, this is the expectation that it will be enough for every single person to see over the fence. But perhaps there's some people in the group that are shorter, or that size box that is not tall enough. So there's people who still can't see over the fence, and only the people who are taller to begin with can then see the game. If we focus on equity then we make sure to provide everyone what they need to raise them up to the same level so they can see over the fence, right? So as you might expect, this is where the concept of fairness then comes in, and people want to debate equity from a position of fairness. This comes from an assumption or the belief that fair means everyone gets the same thing. But this idea of fairness only works if we all start from the same place. So here's another set of images to illustrate these points. This is based on the book, The Giving Tree, but is then adapted to illustrate the different points with the two children standing below the tree in hopes of receiving the fallen apples. In the inequality version of the illustration, it shows the two boys standing under the tree. The tree is slightly slanted towards the left, and therefore the apples are falling all to the left side to one boy. The other boy on the right receives nothing. When they're both given a ladder, though, of the same height, so this is equality, the boy on the left gets even more apples than he did when he was on the ground, and the boy on the right still receives none. His ladder is not tall enough to reach the tree. When the boy on the left is given a ladder the exact height he needs to reach the tree, he receives more apples. When the boy on the right receives a slightly taller ladder than the boy on the left, based on his individual need, he too is finally able to reach the tree and collect the apples. In the last image, we see that there is justice or fairness because the inequalities inherent in the system have been fixed, and only then can equality actually help both boys reach the same outcome. Now, there's a great quote by Nahid Dasani that states, "Equality is giving everyone a shoe, but equity is giving everyone a shoe that fits."